Fellas, how you feel? Ladies, y'all all right? All right.
I'm good.
Come on with it. So we're really gonna be talking about the South and what it means to you, but also just your journey with it. First question: what first inspired your creative journey, and how has the South influenced it?
I mean, I feel like what has inspired my creative journey for the most part has been just watching my sister navigate through old Atlanta's music scene. Saw so many talented artists, including my sister, and I wanted to be a part of it, from A3C and how it used to be to Sweet Auburn Festival to just all of what Atlanta has shown us as far as music festivals, independent artists, CDs being passed out, flyers, like all the guerrilla marketing that took place back then. Like that really kind of pushed me to want to be a part of, the creative medium that is music. And as far as how the South has impacted that, Atlanta has a deep influence on me musically. A lot of great artists come from out of here, and I've been inspired by them, whether independent or have gone mainstream.
Respect. Now this is off this, but even driving in here and seeing the difference. I used to come over here all the time, and buildings and things change. You talked about old Atlanta and things about old Atlanta. From that influence to how the change has been, do you feel like the change has impacted the influence of Atlanta as what it is? So in terms of gentrification and things is blowing up, we don't have A3C as bumping as it used to be. Do you feel like that's affecting?
Okay, so from platforms that have been created from people that don't live here and don't understand Atlanta culture, to newcomers buying up all the property, and venues that we loved and performed in and supported, to artists from out of state, either beneficially adding to the culture, or just creating some sort of melting pot of otherness. And certain aspects of the otherness is cool, but in other aspects of it, it's less camaraderie. I remember in old Atlanta where, of course, there was like friendly competition and whatnot, because that's natural when it comes to artists dealing with other artists. I feel like there was more sword sharpening sword back then versus artists having their ways and feelings about other artists because of their own personal insecurities, or people just navigating music in a manipulative way, or in an inauthentic way. And I feel like when it comes to just new artists or new people coming into the city, they kind of bastardize and take and strip from the culture that is here, and run with it, instead of add to it and amplify it.
100%. Okay, respect. I think what challenges have you faced in pursuing your dreams, and how have you pushed through?
I feel like the challenges that I have experienced pursuing music is really just consistently posting on social media. I feel like if you don't have a social media presence, no one knows or cares about you. I think people have based talent or the need to put their eyes on you according to your analytics, your numbers, and not the actual raw talent. So sometimes I struggle with keeping up with social media. But overall, as far as being able to fund my endeavors, being able to find time to create collaborations, I'm very much so comfortable with those aspects and look forward to more of that. But outside of that, like when it comes to social media and creating a presence, that can be difficult for me, because sometimes I feel like social media is not a real place. I'm more so the type of person that likes to interact with people in person. Hence the reason why I enjoy doing performances. And then once I get off a stage, the small talk is something that I actually look forward to. Meeting new fans, meeting seeing old fans or current fans. It's also something that I enjoy too. That in-person interaction, that's real to me. That IRL. But social media for me doesn't feel like a real place. So right now, I'm just trying to, one, be a little bit more consistent on all of my social media pages, and two, showing what is true and authentic to me, because I don't feel like, doing the shucking and jiving that I feel like most artists feel like they need to do. I want to show more of who I am and what I have to offer. So yeah, I feel like just navigating that is the most difficult. But outside of that, I think I'm doing pretty well.
That's you are IRL in the real life.
Yeah.
All right, so this kind of goes with the third question. I don't know if you saw the whole Jess Hilarious thing with the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that people are talking about is how I think her name is Lauren, how she has been skilled in this art, but she has, versus the social media aspect, she shows her accolades and all things she can do within that career field versus, just being a funny person online and in social media. With that being said, people are saying like it's unfortunate that people are being catapulted into careers based on their social media presence versus what they do. Mm-hmm. So on the third one is how do you define success for yourself as a creative, even outside of the social media presence?
I mean, I think the difference between numbers and analytics and actual accomplishments is what sets you aside. For me, for instance, the number of features that I'm able to accomplish, performing as much as I can in state and out of state, film and TV placements, awards, actually being able to sustain my life with music, like actually pay my bills and save and invest and keep on creating music without having to do something else is really the goal of success for me. I feel like once I become the type of artist that can solely do music and live off of that, that's success for me. So when it's unfortunate, like I said before, that people pay attention to the numbers and the analytics before the accomplishments. People don't even care about the accomplishments. They're like, do you have a following? Does the following interact with you? Can you get the following to buy into what you got going on? Okay, then you got the job. Versus, are you talented? Are you captivating? What does your resume look like? What relationships have you built with people what meaningful relationships have you built with people? And what impact can you have? But people are looking for people with core audiences, core followings, and interaction. And that's unfortunate, but as a result, you see people with actual impact replacing people that have just numbers,
Who are some Southern artists, designers, or musicians that have shaped your vision?
I feel like Missy Elliott is definitely one. There's so many. I'm the type of person that takes in so much, creativity, regardless of the medium. So it's a plethora from independent artists like Jamee Cornelia and Michael Aristotle and Grip and Blue Venus. Shit, it's so much, so many people, so many designers, and I feel like the people that have impacted me, I've been cutting through the clutter that is the overwhelming release of so many things. But yeah, the list would go on and on. This interview would never end.
And we got another list. in kind of a way. If you could describe the South in 3 words, what would they be?
Eclectic, bold, impactful.
I like that. I like that. That was nice. I want to do one last one actually. What's a defining moment in your journey that made you realize that you was going to write that? That's some good questions.
To be honest, I feel like leaving the duo that I used to be a part of was probably a very pivotal point. It felt like freedom, and it was freedom to express who I am without any restrictions, judgment. And since then, I've been myself, and I look forward to continuing to be more and more of myself and show more and more of myself, for sure.
Okay. This is gonna be a quick little 30 seconds of just expressing yourself, what you wanna share, anything dealing with your projects, or anything you're working on, anything encouraging, and if you can tie it into the South and being buried in culture in a way.
Okay. So once again, I'm AUDIADASOUND. You can follow me on all social media platforms under Audacity of Audia. I just released a mixtape called Queen of the Alley. It is streaming on all platforms, so definitely check that out, share that, stream that, support the vinyl as well. That is accessible on my website, Audacity of Audia, www.audiadasound.com. And what else? I love being from Atlanta, and I feel like everything that I ooze out is Atlanta influence. So everybody wants to be down with the South, and will always continue to want to be down with the South. BNK shit, for sure.
All day. Damn, I just saw this last one. Okay, I promise the last one, but this gotta be known.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear your answer on this.
Mm-hmm.
What's one piece of advice you would give to someone trying to create from where they are?
There truly isn't any rules to this shit. There are no rules. Do whatever you can, and understand that the people around you, they can add to what you got going on. Collaboration is important. So collaborate with your fellow creatives, man. There aren't really any limitations. You got a cell phone, you can create music videos. You got a laptop, you can make your own beats. You got a laptop, you can make your own graphics. YouTube University is a thing. Use it, utilize it. ChatGPT is resourceful. Use that shit. It will help you organize and strategize your thoughts and your rollouts and your music video concepts, and like this music shit is, and the approach to it is endless. It's limitless. And once you wrap your mind around the idea that you'll stop downloading ideas and approaches to how to accomplish whatever goals you have set forth for yourself. So yeah, you may be in your mama's apartment or in your mama's basement, thinking that you ain't got what it takes, or you don't have the resources necessary for you to accomplish what you want to, but you do. Everything is at your fingertips. And there are people who want to see you through to whatever level that you want to go to, and add them to your process.